you guys like going and getting all the secrets from them. They are under strict instructions of what they can share.
But they, these power tools, when they see them at shows, they want them, and then it's more of an incentive to join because they're going to be getting some great things for a great deal. So you answered my first question. Secondly, what about freezer meal workshops? Is that something that we're going to continue to see menus from home office, or are you moving away from that? Because I know a lot of us have our freezer meal workshop groupies that love these menus, but we're just, wondering if there's going to be anything else coming from home office.
Yeah, so on freezer meal workshops, it's interesting. So we saw a really big spike in it. We track people that we think are doing freezer meal workshops. We don't know exactly, we can track some of it, but we look and see people who have so many pantry orders on one order, and that gives us a sense of, is that freezer meal workshop or not. And we saw a big spike as they grew, and then it's really come down quite considerably since then. I think what you see with freezer meal workshops is we're solving a problem that customers have. And the problem that customers have is they want to have homemade meals they can make for their family, but they're time starved. They don't have the time to do it, the energy, the recipes. It's hard to do it on a Tuesday night. This way they can do it in advance, make 7 meals, 10 meals, whatever it may be. I think what we see as a challenge, or when we talk to customers or consultants who do freezer meal workshops, is that if you're just selling pantry items, is it really attractive longer term to keep doing freezer meal workshops because you're not selling other products? And I think that's where most people who have done freezer meal workshops run into the hurdle of how do you consistently actually make a business out of that? Because you're providing a service, right, to the customers, where they're ending up with all these meals or how to make these meals, but all we're ending up with is selling some pantry items, which is far less appealing if you're trying to scale that bigger. So right now, I don't think we plan to continue to support it significantly. I don't know the exact details from Test Kitchen of what they support each season or not, but I don't envision freezer meal workshops becoming a huge business for us. I think it's relatively limited, and if that's the case, I think we would prefer to refocus those resources elsewhere and focus on areas of the business that we really feel can drive sales at a bigger level.
Hi, I'm Debbie Kimball from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I'm an advanced director. I'm wondering about the LEAD program and the LEAD Plus program. If program also, if you got the results you were looking for and the feedback you were looking for from that, if that will continue, or what other training there might be for consultants in the field.
So in terms of Lead and Lead Plus, we're still evaluating the results of it. Anecdotally, it seems like a very positive program. The reaction and the support that we've gotten from the individuals in it are very inspiring. The stories of motivation and accountability were really significant. We're still looking through the actual results to better understand it. It's very tough to evaluate because you can't just evaluate it to everyone else in the field. You can, but it may not be apples to apples. Is the comparison right? Because we want to be fair to those in the Lead and Lead Plus program, but we also want to be mindful of what else is going on in the world. So we've done all these other things at Pampered Chef. Is that what's driving the difference in performance, or is it Lead or Lead Plus? I think that there's definitely potential in the program. I think the most significant element that I think that we've seen is that the sense of accountability is really significant, and that drives people performing very well. Also, the sense of belief in the program as well that we have in the individuals that have been involved in it has been a big motivating sort of driving force. Julie, Kathy, and Judy all here have worked really tirelessly with Jean on this program, and I think it's really significant what the Lead and Lead Plus participants have accomplished during this time frame. Now, I think we have to figure out how do we continue to support them. Does it make sense to have another group through the program? What's the best way to manage that? I think what I have seen is I don't know long-term exactly how we should always support the field, and my guess is that every few years we need to change it, would be my guess. what I've seen so far. But I think this program, from what I've seen, has been very successful. But I think we need to spend a little more time really understanding that before we take the next step. And we may change it. Even if it is successful, we may say, hey, let's do a few things differently so we constantly improve and get better. I think in general, if you don't change, just do the same thing all the time, then it just becomes stale and outdated. So we have to constantly be getting better. But I've been amazed at the stories I've heard, the emails I've read, the information that the FDNs as well as Jean has shared is really inspiring. And I spoke with the Lead and Lead Plus participants when they were in the home office in March. It was just really impressive to hear their stories then, and I was at the very beginning of the program, and to continue that through July, which is when the program ends. Julie? Now you'll see the really tough ones, right, Julie?
Well, I've had several consultants actually ask if they can expect any time to see any changes to the career plan.
Oh, good. I'm surprised this didn't come up sooner. I always get career plan changes. The simple answer is no. I don't have any plans to change the career plan, certainly in 2016, probably not even in 2017, and I'll tell you why. We have some fundamental challenges in the business that we need to address. I think in general, a lot of people feel that if we change the career plan, we'll solve those issues, and I just don't think that's the case. If I look at our core issues, I think it really stems at the show. The show experience is not what customers, on average, want or expect from this day and age, and I think we have to really focus on how do we make the show experience amazing. If the show experience is amazing, that helps getting bookings, that helps getting more people, guests at shows, that helps getting more recruits because we're in front of more people. That's really what drives it. So if you look over the last 15 years, our guests per show, about 15 years ago was 14. Today it's 7. So we have halved, 14 to 7. Now during that time period, the average guest order has almost doubled. So what you have seen is that the average show is actually up, our average show value. So the net feel is like, you're still making the same amount of money per show, but now you're getting exposed to far fewer people at those shows. That's less opportunities for bookings and less opportunities for recruits. So the question is, why has the number of people at a show declined over time? And I think the fundamental question there is, why aren't people, why aren't they going to shows? Now, a lot of people are ordering online from not coming to the show. They're choosing not to come to the show but order it online, which tells me they still like our products, right? They still want to buy from us, but for some reason they don't want to go to that show in person. Maybe it's they're too busy. Maybe they don't feel like the show is going to deliver the value that they want. So I think we have to focus on how do we make sure we're delivering that show experience and making it exceptional. What I say in general is, if we change the career plan right now, we're just cutting the pie differently, right? I can take dollars from our upper level in the field and put it more at our consultant level. I can take dollars from the consultant level and put it more at our upper levels. I can take dollars from the company and give it to all of you. I can take dollars from all of you and make it less beneficial and give it more to the company. But at the end of the day, we're just cutting the pie differently. What I want to do is make the pie bigger. And the way that we make the pie bigger is to make the show strong, get more people at the show, and you'll get more money, and your teams and your team members will get more money, but we'll all do better as a company versus just reallocating the dollars. So I could say, hey, at the home office, the way I'm going to fix our challenges is I'm just going to pay everyone more. I'm going to give everyone a 10% raise tomorrow, and that's going to fix our problems. Well, of course not. That's not going to fix our problems. The people in the home office would like it, right? They'd be getting paid more, but it's not going to actually fix the challenges we have. So I think the question is, how do we fix the challenges we have and focus on improving those, the root cause of the issue? Now, are there things in the career plan that I don't think make a lot of sense? Absolutely. Are there changes that I would want to make? Probably. I don't know enough about the career plan in detail to know exactly what those are. And I can tell you, I could spend a year, that would probably want to take me to really understand our career plan, understand other career plans, understand what's in the marketplace, what we should have, what we should change. Then I can think about how do I test that and how do I do that. But if I spend a year doing that, that's a year not doing all of these other things that I actually think will drive value in the business and improve our business for all of you and all of us. And that's something that the career plan will still be there in a couple of years to a change. and it falls into Carrie Ann's world. So my goal is I pass that task off to Carrie Ann, and I have her spend the time doing that. But the same thing, I don't want her focused on that right now. I want her focused on recognition, incentives, customer experience, those really critical things that I think will make a meaningful difference faster for us. So no in 2016, probably no in 2017, but we'll revisit down the road and think about it, because I understand that there are issues there, but I don't think that's the critical issue.